Alright, should we start the podcast?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's podcast.
Hello, and welcome back to Whispers in the Woods.
Welcome back.
Woo! I'm Emily. I'm one of your hosts.
I'm Devin.
Oh, and I'm Tom. Excellent. The other host
Body
of the
swap.
podcast. This is the Body Snatchers.
Yeah, but maybe we'll start it off with some horror news as well, because
what's going on?
the year is starting to pick up. There's actual things happening now.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys see the new Scream 7 poster?
Yes.
I did.
Yeah, I sent that
love
over
it.
to you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know this, but it's actually a reference to a really famous Texas Chainsaw poster.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, here, I'll just show you guys an image of it right now. It's this white background one.
Oh my god, you're right.
Yes, and it's with that tagline, "Who will survive and what will be left of them?" And then this new poster is of the same style. It just says, "Welcome to Woodsboro, where the past never dies." So this is like the first bit of Scream 7 content that I've liked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean, I kind of hope we can go back to that old retro style movie, the horror movie poster.
Yeah, I mean, like,
I love
Scream has always had the Faces poster.
Yeah.
Like, even from the beginning, because it's built on its cast and who's going to be the killer and who's going to survive. But these new ones, when the cast is so giant, I don't love a Faces poster.
It's too many faces. It's a puzzle.
It's overdone.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, and it's way overdone, too. But I like this poster.
It's very cool.
It's
cool. Yeah.
I would actually put that one
Much
up
more
somewhere.
interesting to look at.
Yeah.
Totally. Also, the new Silent Hill has come out.
Yes.
We mentioned that in our
We
first
must go
episode.
see it.
Return to Silent Hill. Yeah, but the news of it is that it's not doing so hot critically. I don't know if you saw this,
I
Emily.
did see that, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what, like, the original has, say, on, like, Rotten Tomatoes, but this one's at 16% right now. Yeah, which is pretty rough. And I've seen, like, the Silent Hill fans are not super happy with it, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, I've seen some stills from the movie and a trailer, and a lot of people are saying that it looks like a fan-made movie. Like, I don't know, they're saying it looks really cheap.
Oh, goodness, the fire's still on.
Oh, God.
Do we have to go back?
No.
No?
No, because we've acknowledged the fire. It was still on.
Okay, we lampshaded it, so we're fine.
That's alright.
Alright.
You guys get it.
Yep,
Yeah.
continuing on. So do you still want to see Silent Hill?
I do, yeah. I mean, as far as what people are saying, that it looks, like, cheap or I don't know, like, not very well done, I don't agree with that at all. I think the sets look amazing. The monsters look cool. The prosthetics that they use and things.
Does Triangle Face look good? I'm sorry.
I've only seen, like, a still of what he looks like. But yeah.
The pyramid is big.
Pyramid
like,
one
it's
looks pretty
big,
Is it
big.
bigger than the other one?
I think it's bigger than the original.
I think it's bigger, but it looks pretty similar to the original.
Okay, because that was a great design.
It really
Yeah.
was.
Yeah. But also, I think that, like, the biggest piece of news from this week has been the Oscars. So, the Oscar nominations are out right now, and the horror genre is doing very well right now.
Yay!
Yeah. First, do you guys care about the Oscars?
I personally don't really care about the Oscars. I think it's a little rigged.
Mm-hmm.
But it is very cool to see horror finally get some recognition in the Oscars.
Yeah, 100%.
I think that horror has really become a big thing again over the past couple of years, and people are really wanting to see more and more of it. So it's kind of like hard to keep pushing horror out of the Oscars when so many people in the world are going to sit down to see it and are liking
100%.
it.
I think that started last year. We had, like, The Substance getting a lot of Oscars. So that was a big change when, like, it's getting recognized, which was cool. But this year we've had at least 4 horror movies, ones that I enjoy as well, that are getting Oscar nods. The first one I want to remark on is The Ugly Stepsister.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Was very good.
Which
Very
we all really
good.
like around here. And I think its best aspect is what it's gotten nominated for, which is the Best Makeup and Hairstyling Oscar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would agree.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy good.
I don't think it's going to win, but I hope it does. I just think that they'll probably give it to
Something else.
something
yeah.
else, something not as niche. But I just really appreciate it because that worm was disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, not only the special effects, but like all the wardrobe
The
and
costumes.
hairstyles and costumes. Yeah.
Yes, I
The
did love the
masks.
period costumes.
They were so good. 1870s style clothing. Oh.
Yeah. I remember when the movie begins, and it begins with that, like, fantasy sequence
Yeah.
of the prince
Yeah.
coming in like, his kind of cheap-looking costume.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, no.
I know, I'm like, is this a low budget movie?
Uh-huh.
Honestly, I could have watched a whole movie low key that looked like that. I
Fair.
really liked it.
Oh, then I have
But-
a movie for you.
What's
It's
the movie?
called The Love Witch.
The Love
Love
Witch,
Witch.
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, and then also Weapons. Weapons, which was my favorite horror movie of last year, is nominated for Best Supporting Actress, or Amy Madigan has been nominated for Best Supporting Actress for Aunt Gladys.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Because I really liked her performance. But on another hand, I saw her in an interview, and it kind of just seemed like she was playing herself a
Oh,
little
that's just
bit.
how she is.
But we love that.
That's cool. Okay.
That's awesome.
Oddly, I haven't seen a single interview of her. The only thing I know about her personally is that she's married to Ed Harris since 1983, and I just learned that today.
That's a long
And you
time.
just recently watched Creep Show, right?
I did, to see some young Ed Harris with hair.
Mm-hmm.
When he was really Ed Harris back then. Now, also Frankenstein, it's getting nominated for too many Oscars to go through, but the one that I think that it has a really good chance of winning is makeup and hairstyling.
What about costumes?
It was also nominated for that.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
think
Costumes are beautiful.
my favorite part of that movie was just seeing Mia Goth
Twice.
come out in a new dress every
Yes.
other scene. I was like, wow,
I
wow,
loved it.
wow.
I loved all
Yeah,
of her
she had
dresses.
fantastic
I want
style.
them all.
Also, Jacob Elordi, he's been nominated for his role as the creature, which I think is cool. Like, what did you guys think of his take as the monster?
Yeah.
It reminded me, I won't lie, do you remember the movie Prometheus?
Yes.
The way he looks from really, I get that Frankenstein modern day Prometheus, but like he really looked so much
Yeah, he looks like an engineer for sure.
Yeah, like one of the engineers. It's that. I love the movie. It was a little distracting for me because the whole time when he was like bald and stuff, I'm like,
Engineer design.
engineer
Yeah.
design. But like, I think it was the type of Japanese dance he was doing and he trained in to do the
Oh,
movements.
yeah, his
I can't-
movement's incredible.
I can't remember the name of it. I believe it begins with a K. So I thought he did a very good job.
Mm-hmm. And then you
there.
also get to see his progression to
Yes.
like get accustomed to his body and become more human
Yes.
as the movie goes.
And I don't want to spoil anything, but I love near the end of that movie a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
I won't lie, I didn't make it through that movie. Wasn't
No
my
way.
favorite. I only got about halfway through.
Okay.
It felt very like studio, like made for Netflix kind of movie. I know a lot of people, including y'all, are gonna disagree with that. but-
Okay, what's odd is that I got to see it in film, and I didn't feel that way. I actually felt that it looked like a proper movie. But then when I've seen clips and when I've seen trailers, it does hit that like Netflix overly sharp and overly smooth, and I don't like that too much.
But on film, it's a very different energy.
Yeah,
It
I
really
watched
was.
Yeah, I watched it in film in the theater, and then I watched it on my laptop, and I'm like, these are two extraordinarily different viewing experiences.
Right.
Okay, interesting.
I think that a big difference is you notice the CGI more
Yeah.
when it's on Netflix,
Yeah.
and it just doesn't stand out, like stick out, I'd say, when you're watching it on film.
And when it's super clear, too, you're like, okay, this is not 1840.
Maybe I
Totally,
should
that too.
re-watch it
Yeah.
on film then.
If you
Yeah.
get the chance, yeah, I would really recommend it.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? The big winner, or not yet winner, of the Oscars so far is Sinners. And
Yeah.
it's made Oscar history because it's now the most Oscar-nominated movie of all time. Like, it's just edged out Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh wow.
Yeah, which just recently held that title. It's got 16 nominations, which is
That's
pretty
wild.
crazy.
Cool.
Yeah. again, too many to mention.
Is Michael B. Jordan up for Best Actor?
And Best Supporting?
That'd be great, right? He is, but it's really like sweeping in the production design area.
Makes sense.
Costumes too, Ruthie Carter.
Right.
Yep, she did the Black Panther costumes and was nominated then as well.
Do you want to share your fun fact about the costumes for Sinners?
Yes, this is what I've read. According to my research online, Ruthie Carter was the costume designer for what was going to be the Blade remakes. But the Blade movies are not happening, so these were the costumes that she was going to use for that movie because it was going to be a period piece Blade. So now, yeah, right? So now those were the costume designs, and boom, here we go. It's in Sinners. So she got to do her period piece vampire movie.
That's pretty
either
cool.
way.
Yeah.
I didn't know that Blade was possibly going to be remade. I would love to see that Blood Rave
But
again.
it would have been a period piece, so there would have been no... I guess no matter what, even if it's
a blood ball.
Blood Bowl! Yes, it's time. Let's bring out the Blood Bowl.
We don't know, though, because it's gone through so many different revisions.
Yeah.
They announced it in 2019.
Okay,
Yeah.
And
that's
it's
a while ago.
Definitely not 2019.
However, I will say, I don't know how you can ever improve upon Blade, because you can't ever make an opening as good as the Blood Rave.
There could be
Still
like
need to watch it.
hyper futuristic kind of version.
Pluto
of
Rave.
it. Yeah, like what's that futuristic cyborg video game?
Cyberpunk 2099?
Cyberpunk
Yeah.
kind of style Blade would be kind of cool.
Mhm.
That's true. That's true.
What do you guys think of Blade 2, speaking of Del Toro?
Oh my gosh, that is Del Toro.
Yeah.
I
didn't
haven't
know
seen
that.
Blade 2 in a very long time, so I don't think I can comment.
Okay,
Does
so
that
it's
make
one that
sense?
you don't rewatch?
I have it on DVD.
Yeah.
I have all of them on DVD, but the only one I rewatch is the first one.
I can relate to that for sure. I got so many thoughts on Sinners, and I think it does deserve...
We'll do an episode.
It's so an
Yeah.
episode,
We'll
yeah.
do an episode.
Maybe when it sweeps the Oscars and becomes the new highest winning
Yeah,
movie of all time.
I like that plan.
Mhm.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I do love the very end of that movie. So yeah, we'll do an episode one day.
Did you guys have any other news?
Something that I want to mention
Yeah.
for people that want to watch Climax.
Yes, right.
It is now on Shudder. If you've been looking for it on streaming platforms and haven't been able to find it, it's on Shudder, and I'm gonna be watching it probably tonight or tomorrow. I
And
love that
Climax,
film.
another movie with a great soundtrack. But that's a movie for another day.
Yeah, it's hard to watch. Yes.
It's an intense
It's
watch
intense.
for sure.
Super intense, super anxiety-inducing, but it is exactly what it wants to be. And,
Yeah.
I think it's a perfect film.
Oh, I actually didn't know you were like this
I love
passionate
it.
about Climax.
I think we should do an episode on Gaspar Noé films.
Or I don't know if I can do whole Gaspar Noé because I enjoy feeling happy in my life.
That's
but
fair.
it could be a part of dance horror because there are many dance horror
Yes.
I'm mixing him up with Lars von Trier. So
films. Another
Oh.
feel-good guy.
Another feel great, you want to live.
Lars von Trier is House That Jack Built. What else
Yes.
did Gaspar Noé do?
Irreversible.
I don't know of that.
Okay.
What's
It's a
that one
really
about?
dark film.
Yeah.
It's about like a woman that basically gets sexually assaulted, and the whole film plays backwards, and it kind of
boy.
like leads up to that moment and like the events that occurred that night.
Fun.
Yeah.
Hey,
Anyways,
I'm
it's a really
noticing
good
a
film.
trend in Gaspar Noé movies.
Yeah, again.
Mhm. Is it horror or is it just horrific?
It's just horrific. I wouldn't say it's
Yeah.
a horror movie.
Okay, cool. So we don't have to do it on the podcast.
No.
No, we don't. I wouldn't want to do a whole episode.
No.
That's fair. Yeah.
Anyways.
But now you can watch Climax. Climax is weird,
Yeah.
like, I don't know, psychosexual, anxiety-inducing dance film.
Perfect description.
Yeah,
Thank you.
literally.
I know of another film that's coming out.
Oh, which one?
A new Resident Evil.
Yes!
Oh,
I'm so
way.
excited for this.
Directed
true.
by Zach Kreger.
It's true.
Has there been, like, an update on this? All I knew is that it's existing. But I don't know when it's releasing. I don't know
It's
who's in it.
expected to come out September 18th.
This year?
Yes.
Hell yeah. Okay, so it must be, like, at least close to being done filming.
I think so, yeah.
Cool.
I mean, I don't know the status, but that's when it said. It's
Okay.
expected to come out, and then it's starring Austin Abrams.
Yes, Austin
James
Abrams.
from Weapons.
And
Oh,
of Dash
okay.
and Lily fame, as well as Euphoria. He's Ethan in Euphoria,
Yes.
for those who
Yeah.
don't know.
I think he's a good actor.
And
Yeah.
he's in Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Yes.
Oh, he is. Yeah, he's the
He's the
Scarecrow
football
guy.
football
Right.
Scarecrow man.
He's a good horror actor.
He was
He is.
at one point a football guy, then he's a Scarecrow
You
guy.
once were a football
Scream King.
guy. Yes.
Yeah, total Scream King. So yes, I'm excited to see that guy's career like continue and start to like really take off.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pumped for that movie. You guys want to get into it then? Get into 28 years later, The Bone Temple.
Let's do it.
Sweet.
Temple of Bones.
Temple of Bones. Hell yeah.
So just to give some general info and like history into the 28 series, the first one, 28 Days Later, came out in 2002. And
So did I.
Nice.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I always forget I'm a year older.
And I'm just a bit older.
It was directed by Danny Boyle and written by Alex Garland, dynamic duo. It's starring the beautiful, the one and only Cillian Murphy.
Irreplaceable.
Yes.
Neither
And
does
then Brandon Gleeson and Naomi Harris. And it has a 7.5 on IMDb, which is really good for horror.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for horror and for IMDb, I was like about to say it seems low, but no, that's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
And I'd avoided watching that movie my whole life up until last week. Because I was so scared of zombies, as you know, and virus zombies. But then watching it, I'm like, oh, this is far more beautiful than I thought.
It's
It
a
really
really
is.
good
Really
movie.
beautiful movie.
Mhm.
It really caught me off guard. I was like, oh my god.
It's
I've been missing out.
definitely my favorite zombie film.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also a fun twist on the traditional zombie. They're not even quite zombies, even though they are fast, because they're not undead. Like,
No.
the zombies in this universe are perfectly alive humans that are infected with the rage virus,
Yeah.
which just makes them want to eviscerate anything in their path.
Yeah, I'm excited to get into the virus a little bit more
Yeah.
with this film that we're
Mhm.
going to be talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah. 28 Days deserves its own episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, if and when they complete this 28 years later trilogy, I think we should go back and talk about the entire series.
For sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then after the success of 28 Days Later, 28 Weeks Later came out
2007.
in 2007, yes, and was directed by Juan Carlos Fresnadillo. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong in my white accent. But yeah, this one is rated 6.8.
And that seems high, I gotta say.
That does seem high.
Yeah.
Not a huge fan of that one.
No, the only really good thing about this movie, I think, is the opening. I think it has a really strong opening scene.
Yeah, the opening is fantastic. And it both does and doesn't propel the series, I would say. Like, it's talking about how the infection just continues to spread through Britain. And I think in this movie it even reaches Paris by the end. But there's a big, I would say, dropped plot point that is relevant in our discussion for 28 years later, which is like there's a chance at a cure that they introduce in this movie
Yeah.
that is not followed up on.
Because the main character's wife is kind of half infected, right?
Yeah. Yeah, she has heterochromia, so the two colored different eyes. And then her children also have this, and at least one of them, I think the son, at one point in this movie gets bitten, but he doesn't, like, he's an asymptomatic carrier of the virus.
Yeah.
And it's sort of set up, again, by the end of this movie that maybe they're the key to a cure. But as we know, in 28 years later, that's not materialized, you know?
No, and I think they could have continued that plot a little bit. I think that's really interesting, but oh well.
Yeah. They said, nope.
Yeah, maybe we'll find out in the capper to the 28 years series,
Yeah.
potentially.
Hopefully. 28 Weeks Later does have a pretty cool cast, though. It stars Rose Byrne, Jeremy Renner, and Robert Carlyle.
Yep. Renner giving us the run around like he does. He's a sniper who kind of defects and decides to protect these children. This was like just in that era when Renner is in everything.
Oh my gosh, yeah, he really was.
Good year for him.
Mm-hmm.
And then almost 20 years later, we get 28 years later.
Which I am confused, because when are these movies taking place? What year is it? Do they ever say?
Perhaps it's meant to be 2022, and then the 28 Years franchise takes place in 2030. Could be.
Like a future type.
Yeah,
I could
because
see
if
that.
it's like it came out, it wasn't 28 years later when it came out. So I'm like, so this is 2030?
Yeah, but
When
the
is this?
director was talking about how it didn't really make sense for them to do like 28 months later, right?
Yeah.
28 years later. I
Well, yeah, because
think,
they
which
really
makes sense.
wanted to progress, like, the series, and they wanted to progress the infection and what it's done to British society.
So
and,
it's just the future.
yeah.
Okay.
But really, only British society, we find out in this movie that it's just Britain that's been quarantined, and the rest of the world has moved on.
Which I thought was really cool, actually.
Yeah. We should probably, like, talk about 28 Years Later a little bit more, just because of how much it sets up
Yeah.
the Bone Temple.
So, Danny Boyle and Alex Garland are back for 28 years later, which
Boys
I
are
think was
back in
a
town.
wise choice. It stars Aaron Taylor-Johnson as Jamie, Jodie Comer as Isla, Ralph Fiennes as Dr. Kelson, and Alfie Williams as Spike.
Breakout.
He's
I'd
really
say.
good.
He's really
He is
good.
amazing.
For
good.
such a young little guy.
He doesn't even
He's
say much in Bone Temple. It's amazing. That's how good he is, you know?
Yeah.
He's only 15 as well.
Aw.
Yeah, and that's him now, so he must have been around 12 or 13
Yeah.
when they filmed 28 Years Later. I really like 28 Years Later as well, and it's a bigger movie than I thought The Bone Temple was.
Yeah.
Like, there's way more characters, the scope just feels larger, whereas Bone Temple feels so much more intimate. But both of them, I feel, are so very human as well.
Yeah. For me, it just felt like the first 28 years later, there was so much more going on, but I don't think that made me like it more, if that makes sense. I feel like it was a much more scattered film.
Yes.
And there was some parts where I was like, this feels like not fully finished.
Are you talking about, like, the editing as well?
Yes.
And, like, I remember
Yeah.
you had one gripe, I guess we can get to it in spoilers,
Yeah.
with the editing, but it's like that typical Danny Boyle experimental editing, which might not work for some people.
I guess so. It's just interesting because I really liked 28 Days Later, and I didn't find that happened with the editing.
Oh, they also teased you because you thought Jim was going to show up.
Yeah, I mean, that too. That too.
Yeah.
And then we see, like, a zombie that looks like Cillian Murphy, but isn't.
Feels like an insult to your boy Killian.
It kind of does.
The skinny zombie.
The skinny zombie,
It's a
yeah.
pretty iconic
Was
zombie.
he an EP on that film as well, Killian?
Yeah.
So maybe it was just his own fun joke.
Yeah, maybe.
Devin, what do you think of 28 Years Later, just like overall?
I like it. I like the second one more, the Bone Temple.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like it. I think there are some really funny jokes in the movie too.
The worm eating zombie?
Yes. And just like there's so many other things. I won't spoil now, but later on when we talk about it later. But just like, yeah, how would somebody who has grown up with no technology then interact with people who the world's kept moving in a different direction? And it's like, you just don't know so many things. And there's that scene when they're all in the meadow with the soldier.
And he's, like, has his iPhone out.
and all of that. And it's just like, yeah, I thought
That part's really funny, actually,
Yeah.
when he's showing his, like,
girlfriend, fiance.
and Spike's like, oh, I have a girl like that in my village. She has a shellfish allergy and her lips get all swollen.
Exactly, because like that would have just never become a thing and everything. So it's really, I really like that. And then also when you find out that's only the UK.
Yeah.
Or Britain that's been affected. Maybe the Isle of Man's still safe because it's such a remote island anyway.
Who knows?
Who knows?
What's the story of 28 Years Later, though?
Well, it kind of starts off showing us a society that seems to not have any technology or electricity or running water. They've kind of gone back to the medieval era.
Yeah, it's just like this small little community that exists on an island that's connected by like a walkway, that disappears whenever the tide rolls in. So they're connected to the mainland and quarantined just like the rest of Britain.
It looked really nice, actually. I was like,
did.
aw, I'd like to live in that little village.
A little peaceful village until...
Apparently it was shot on an actual famous island just off of Scotland.
Oh, that's so lovely,
cool.
because there are
Yeah.
those cool places in the world, like I can't remember the name of the village, but in France it's a whole castle and village. You can access it when the tide's low, and then the
Ooh.
water comes in and you need a boat.
That's awesome.
So I think it's very cool that there are places like
That kind of plays into the film because their, like, road to the mainland is kind of like that. Like,
Yeah.
the water comes in and they can't cross it and they have to wait for it to come back.
Yeah.
So that's interesting that you mentioned that.
Yeah, so you were talking about Aaron Taylor Johnson, who plays Jamie. So the plot line of this movie is that... Hello?
I'm just realizing something. There are so many people with the name Jim in this franchise.
Yeah, there really is.
Because Jamie is James, which is Jim.
And then...
We'll find out about another guy later
Yeah.
on. And then Jim.
And Jim.
Just
in
straight
the
up
first
Jim.
one. Jimmy.
Right.
There's like so many Jims. Why? I need to know why now.
I guess Alex Garland loves gyms.
Just Jims.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Spike is the son of Jamie. And Spike is 12 years old, I think, in the beginning of 28 years later. And Jamie wants him to be a man, so he's going to take him for his first hunt.
Yeah, the rest of the town does not agree with this. They don't think that he is old enough.
Mm-hmm.
But Jamie's a manly man, and his son will be a manly man too.
Exactly. I like when we do a whole episode on 28 years, days, whatever this franchise wants to be called now. Like, I am so excited to dissect masculinity in this franchise because I think that's like the unifying theme across all of the movies.
Oh, interesting.
I could see that as one of definitely. Yeah, that makes sense.
I will put a pin in that.
Yes,
for
put
now.
a pin because
Yeah.
that's a good pin right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happens, Emily?
Yeah, they decide to go out. Do they have a party before they go out?
I think the party's after when they
After.
come
It is
back
after,
and the dad's being boisterous.
Exactly, yeah. But yeah, just like the premise of the movie as well is that Spike's mother, played by Jodie Comer, Isla has like some unexplained illness that we meet her at the beginning of the film, and she's having hallucinations and she's forgetting things. Spike is very concerned, whereas Jamie
He's
doesn't
not.
seem to be as concerned.
And we learn that he's maybe not the nicest guy
yeah,
ever.
maybe not the best. Yeah,
So yeah, Spike and Jamie decide to go out to the mainland. Well, Jamie decides for Spike.
yeah. He decides he's ready.
And so they go out to the mainland, and of course they come across some infected humans, and yeah, Jamie shows Spike how to kill them.
The slow and lows.
And of course Spike is pretty scared, but he does a pretty good job. He hits the first one.
Yeah,
tries
he
to
does.
shoot.
He does. But they also see a fire far off in the distance, like a bunch of smoke rising.
Oh yeah, when they're trapped in the attic.
Yeah, at one point they're trapped in an attic hiding from infected. And Spike's interested in who this could be, like what this, signifies if there's another person out there, but Jamie doesn't want to tell him. Yeah.
Yeah, he just says he doesn't know and then looks away, and then Spike's kind of like, seems like you do know.
Yeah, but this is all important because Spike later learns that it's actually a doctor who lives out on his own, named Kelson, and this kind of is important to Spike because he wants to help his mother. So the idea that he could get her to a doctor is what kind of drives the film after they come back from this little hunting expedition.
Yeah, and then Spike, once they return to the island, Spike learns from, I don't know if it's his grandpa? Who's that
It's
old
his
man?
grandpa, I think, yeah?
His
I don't
grandpa.
believe so. I think
No,
it
it's
is
just an old
just a man who's like not quite a doctor, but is like the village's doctor in quotes. He does like
Okay.
what he can for Isla.
The
But
village's wise old man.
Exactly.
You need one in every village.
But he can't help Isla. So
Yeah.
Spike is, consumed by this idea that if he takes Isla to this mysterious doctor, that he can help his mom.
Yeah. And
That's
then
kind of the non-spoilers, I guess,
that is
how to
not-
set up.
Yeah.
kind of,
28
and though
years
they
later.
stumble across also, and this is essential, because these characters come to play later, they come across a shack that has a man strung upside down with the name
Right.
carved into his body.
Jimmy.
And it's Jimmy.
Oh my goodness, I forgot about that.
And that's important because that then justifies the end of the movie.
Yeah, we should get into some spoilers because we got to talk about Kelson.
Yeah, and
what
we
he's
have
up
to talk about Samson.
Totally.
Yeah, we gotta talk about Samson.
So these are characters that come back and kind of like make up the framework for 28 years later, the Bone Temple.
Yeah.
Spike, the Jimmies, Samson, Dr. Kelson.
Kelson,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, big time spoiler time.
Yeah.
So like they do run across a Swedish soldier who crash landed on Britain, mainland Britain, with his troop,
Yeah.
and they got picked off by an alpha.
Yeah.
So that's the big new aspect for the 28 years later franchise.
Yeah.
Alphas.
And we have a favorite alpha.
We do.
His name's Samson.
So just like for context, an alpha is a gigantic infected who kind of commands the other infected. They're smarter as well. Like
And they have bigger schlongs.
Oh,
Yes,
100%.
massive. And they don't get injured the same way.
Yeah, they can take some damage for sure. So I think there are 2 alphas in this movie.
Yeah, does the other one get a name?
I don't think so.
No, I don't
Yeah,
think so.
but there's an alpha that chases Spike and Jamie back to the island before they take it out. But then the second alpha is named Samson, which we don't find out until we meet Kelson later. But he's a gigantic schlonged alpha.
Yes, and I don't know about you guys, but you know when you have those nightmares when you're running and your legs just aren't working properly?
Yeah.
That whole scene makes me
Oh,
think about
yeah.
you're running on water.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, this moment when
You're so
Spike
right.
and Jamie
Yeah.
are running back to the village while
Yeah.
the tide has come in a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, running through water while there's a gigantic zombie man chasing you sounds pretty stressful.
Yeah.
But Samson is played by Chi Lewis Perry, the 6'9" former
Yeah.
MMA fighter.
And fun fact, his nickname was Chopper while he was a fighter.
Why was he called Chopper?
I think because of his big fists.
Yeah?
I don't know. That's my
True.
guess.
Chop.
Okay.
But I think it makes sense that they would cast a former fighter for
Yeah.
that role.
It makes
Just
sense.
to have the ability to move like he does and to, obviously be that big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Emily, what did you think of like the concept of alphas when they introduced it? Because this is like your sacred franchise, and now they're adding to the mythology. Like, what did you think?
I think it makes sense. And I think with the way that they were going with 28 years later, like something big needs to be happening. A lot of different things need to be happening. So I think it only makes sense for there to be different types of infected. And I think that in real life, infections affect people differently.
Yep.
They also
So-
evolve.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it makes sense.
And one
I
thing-
liked it.
Yeah, one thing I also really liked is like the slow and low zombies.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. The wormy guys.
Yeah, because it also just shows, like you said, how it affects people so differently.
Mm-hmm.
But then what was really interesting, and this plays into 28 years later Bone Temple, is how it seemed like that group was a family, you know? And like there is a society that is
Yeah.
existing, which does play into the complete plot of
Yeah.
the second one.
For sure. Yeah, so Spike and his mom do eventually reach Dr. Kelson when they're on the run from Samson. And Dr. Kelson is played by Ralph Fiennes, who is such a great get for this
Yeah.
franchise. He's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they meet him, and he's all orange.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's covered himself in
Bald.
iodine
Yeah.
because the
Yes.
virus doesn't like iodine. And he's created the Bone Temple.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's the Bone Temple, Dev?
A monument to the dead.
Yeah. It's like all of the birch trees that are in
Yeah.
this area that he lives in, he's tied bones to. And then he's created this gigantic spire of skulls.
A
the
fun
center.
fact, the Bone Temple was constructed using 5,500 skulls and 150,000 individual bones.
That is so cool.
That's
I
amazing.
think it took a long time.
Yes.
I was wondering about that, actually. Like, when we were watching Bone Temple,
Yeah.
I was thinking, did somebody tie, 1,000 individual bones to these trees, or did they maybe, like, 3D print sheets that look like bones and wrap them around the tree? But I guess the way you're describing it, they are individuals.
Yeah.
So, wow. Props to the set dressers.
Props to the
Definitely.
props.
Yeah, right? That's awesome. So Kelson, he looks like a scary guy, but he's so nice.
Yeah, he's really sweet,
Yeah, he's
actually.
a guy.
I think he's the nicest character in the series so far.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
And he just wants to help.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He just wants to figure this whole thing out.
Yeah. Nobody understands what he's doing, like
Yeah.
when he's making the Bone Temple, because Jamie's afraid of him. That's why he didn't tell Spike about him. But Kelson is just making this monument because he wants to remember the dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, what does he say?
Memento Mori.
Memento Mori.
Yeah. And when Spike gets there with his mom, he's asking him, "Can you make my mom better?"
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Kelson tries to help, and he does a series of tests on her, some neurological tests, which took me back to last year. I really felt that.
Fair.
And then he does a little breast examination on her and finds some tumors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she has cancer.
Yes.
And it's not even clear if Spike knows about cancer.
I don't
At
think
this
he
point.
does.
Yeah.
And that explains why he thinks something can be done.
Yes.
Because
Well, I mean, initially in the movie, I thought that maybe she could have been half infected, or like it tied
That's what I
back to
thought.
28 weeks later in some sort of
Yeah.
way. But then when I found out she just had cancer, I was like, oh, this is just plain sad. Like,
It's
Yeah.
so grounded. Yeah.
I wonder why
Yeah.
they chose to take that route instead of tying it back to like maybe she has the virus in some sort of way, but only half.
If
like,
I could just theorize, I think it's because, like, at the end of the day, they want these fantastical stories in this franchise to be about humanity
Yeah.
and to be deeply human and to bring it back to such a relatable place. It's such a real place, I think that just works.
Yeah, and I think also, like, even with the infected and the infection happening, cells still keep developing. Cancer's still gonna happen.
I mean, yeah, definitely.
Especially since they have no cure for it there.
Still happen, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Kelson was unfortunately not able to do anything for Isla, but he is able to kind of, like, counsel Spike.
Yeah, it was interesting because I felt pretty sad in that moment too. But then it seems like 2 minutes later, Kelson is like, all right, actually, I'm going to kill her right now.
Okay.
And
That
then I
makes
felt
sense
just
to me.
kind of mad. I know it made sense to other people, but I was like, this is not making sense to me. I don't know. It just felt too quick. Like, one moment I was sad, the next moment I was like, wait, what is happening?
I have to disagree. I think that it, for me, flowed, especially because there's a moment when Spike is saying, is it going to hurt her? And then Isla tells him it already hurts.
Yes.
And then they share this look, her and Dr. Kelson, and he's like, he has a blow dart, like, shooter that will come back in 28 years later, Bone Temple. And they share this look, and she nods to him like, yeah, it's time.
I guess so. I don't know. Maybe I'm sensitive, and it just felt very abrupt to me.
It makes sense because we don't know how long she's, like, had the cancer for. And the pain. Because, like, typically you would need hydromorphine, but wait a damn minute, that comes up later on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Interesting
he can
point.
help the pain, but
The
he
pain,
can't do
but he can't
anything.
cure
Can't do
it.
anything to save her.
But yeah, because it's like you need it all the time.
Exactly.
I just think for Spike, too, like,
Yeah.
Kelson just told him, yeah, your mom is dying. Like, it's a fact.
He's just like,
So now I'm gonna
"Whoa."
kill her right away. Like, I just feel like he should have, like, left him with some time with her.
But it's more
Maybe,
about
like, a
the
day?
mom's pain. Her
I
pain is
guess.
like excruciating, and her brain's getting upset, and then the liver's leaking all of the toxins back into her body. She's having a bad time.
Oh, there's this line that I loved where she says that the pain has been coming in waves, but it feels like the tide is coming in. And
Tying.
tied back into the way that they connect to the mainland. Yeah. So to like wrap up, I guess, Spike, after his mother has been, mercy killed by Kelson, he goes out on his own, where he encounters the Jimmies.
The Jimmies.
Wow, I was like, oh, wait.
Yeah. So Spike's back is up against the wall. There's zombies coming at him. And then he gets called down to by a guy with blonde hair.
And a purple
tracksuit.
Velvet tracksuit and a big gold chain with an upside-down cross.
Which is always a great sign.
It's a
Jack
great look.
O'Connell.
Yeah,
love Jack O'Connell.
Just the tiniest taste of Jack O'Connell at the end here before he gets his probably Oscar-winning starring role in 28 Years Later, Bone Temple. And then the Jimmies, they step in, or should I say flip in, and do some pretty impressive over-the-top zombie killing. And then it's about where the movie ends.
Danny Boyle specifically requested for the Jimmies to be, athletic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted these flips, which I think is really interesting.
And very fitting for the Jimmies.
Yeah, so we just get, this tease that now Spike is being brought into this gang of weirdos who I would say you don't even know if they're crazy yet.
No, at the end of the film, I really thought, he's saved.
Mm-hmm.
These people are helping him. Wow. It's a nice ending.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert for Bone Temple, they're not.
No,
they're
we
the meanest.
very quickly realized that they are not.
Yeah.
And
So
actually, Jimmy is in the prologue.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you want to tell us why it's so relevant then?
So he's watching Teletubbies. It's 2002. Yeah, they're watching it, and then the infection comes, zombies, blood on the TV. He escapes to the church where his dad is there praying, but we see an inverted shadow of a cross.
Oh, his dad's the pastor.
Yeah, his dad's the pastor, and then he thinks it's the day of
judgment
and all of this, and that the infection is he's excited for it.
Seems pretty unstable.
Exactly, so that's the last thing Jimmy sees until...
Right.
And his dad's basically embracing it.
Exactly.
And is excited about it.
Exactly.
And just lets the infected
and these are his
him,
dad's
I guess.
demons.
Right.
Exactly.
And then Jimmy hiding in the pulpit says, "Father, why have you forsaken me?"
Exactly.
And that's where that prologue ends, which I guess should lead us into discussing Bone Temple now.
Yay!
Okay.
Yes.
So we're in the non-spoiler section of Bone Temple now.
All right.
So the Bone Temple came out in 2026 this year. It was directed by Nia DaCosta, a woman director. We love that.
She's the director of Candyman.
Oh,
yeah,
I like Candyman
the more recent
too.
Candyman.
Mm-hmm.
Alex Garland is still the writer, though.
Yeah.
Which I like. Okay, so it stars Ralph Fiennes as Dr. Kelson, Alfie Williams back as Spike, Jack O'Connell as Sir Jimmy Crystal. We have Aaron Kellyman as Jimmy Inc. and Emma Laird as Jemima.
Jemima.
Insane.
And we have, how do we say his name? Chi Lewis Perry
Yeah.
as Samson. And then we have a whole bunch of other Jimmies, but that'll take me 10 minutes to give you all the rest of it.
It's a much smaller cast this go around.
Yeah, and it's a much more concise story.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I actually liked it better than 28 Years Later, which surprised me, especially because there are points in this movie where I'm like, this movie, The Bone Temple, where I'm like, oh, I'm not enjoying what's happening on screen right now. Do I not like this movie? And I think you guys know what part I'm talking about, right?
Definitely.
But just the whole movie, when I'm looking at it as a whole, I love it. I think it is great. So please go see it. Please go see it. Mm-hmm. What's the story here?
Yeah, so do you want me to give you a short synopsis?
Yeah, give us a short synopsis.
Spike is inducted into Jimmy Crystal's gang on the mainland. Dr. Kelson makes a discovery that could alter the world.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
a good synopsis.
So we start off with the first scene being Jimmy Crystal standing above an empty old pool while all the other 7 Jimmies are below him in the empty pool.
He's really lording it over them.
Yes.
Which I think is super interesting.
He's on
the
a
height
throne,
difference.
right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's on the lifeguard's chair, so it's like he's set himself up in a throne over all of them.
Yeah. Yeah, and then poor little Spike is down there being forced to fight one of them.
One of the tallest of the Jimmies.
Yep.
Yeah, he decides to fight Jimmy Shite.
I forgot that's what he was called.
Jimmy Shite, and what a shite he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's one of those fight to the death sort of deals. Like, it's either Spike is going to die, or he's going to kill this other Jimmy and then be brought into the gang. He's got no choice. So then, like, away from the Jimmies is Dr. Kelson, who's still doing what he does.
I wrote, he's still in touch with Samson.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They've kept in touch.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And he's still building the bone temple slowly.
Yeah.
Yes. And then there is a trio on a hike.
One of them is Kathy.
Okay, so
And one of
Kathy...
the girls, one of the guys is probably named James, given this movie.
Right?
Most likely.
Yeah.
And Kathy's pregnant, and then her partner's with her, and then some other guy who we don't really get to know.
Her partner's name is Tom, I
Cool.
believe.
Well, there you go.
Okay. Yeah, so Kathy and Tom are hanging out, and they belong to, like, a smallish community, like, more like a family, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
like a
live-
chosen family,
Yeah.
I guess.
And they live in a cottage, so they have, like, as peaceful as you can get. Peaceful
They
sort
have
of...
a barn as well.
Yeah, exactly, kind of existence altogether. And all of these characters are going to smash together as
Lucky
the movie
them.
progresses.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, big time spoiler time. It's time to talk about
Let's
what
get into
happens
it.
in this
The
movie.
bone temple.
So we
Yeah.
have Cook from Skins. I don't know if you guys watch Skins or not.
Oh,
but
Jack O'Connell.
Jock O'Connell played
Oh,
Cook
yes.
in Skins,
Yeah.
sitting there.
I didn't know him before this movie, but I love him now.
Oh yeah, you
A
gotta
little
watch
bit
Skins.
obsessed.
Oh, well, he's in Sinners.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's
Remick
Remick.
in Sinners. Yes.
Oh, I didn't remember that. Is he in the first half of the movie?
He's the vampire.
He's the main vampire.
Okay.
So he's the first character we see, I guess.
I gotta rewatch it. Anyways, the film starts off with Sir Jimmy Crystal standing above a pool, an indoor pool that's empty and old. And his, what he calls 7 fingers, the other Jimmies, are in the pool, along with poor little Spike. And Spike is supposed to fight one of these Jimmies to be initiated into the gang. If he gets killed, he gets killed. If he kills one of the Jimmies, then he's in the gang.
It's
He
kind of
gets
a
to
rock
become
and
a Jimmy.
hard place situation. He doesn't want to die, but he also doesn't want to be a Jimmy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. This was a good fight. Like, a really
It was.
well done fight. Because, again, like, it doesn't feel like a choreographed sort of fight to me.
It feels very real.
Mm-hmm.
And also Jimmy Shite is the one who he fights, like you said, and Jimmy Shite's an idiot.
He's a little shite.
He's a little
Yeah.
shite, because when he gets stabbed in the leg, what does he do, which you should never do if you're stabbed in your thigh, everybody?
Pulls that blade right out.
Oh, yeah.
And
And the blood
bleeds
just...
to death.
Yeah, because Spike pantses him and then stabs him in his femoral artery.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's funny because Jimmy Shite is being super cocky.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then Spike just gives him the most embarrassing death ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so embarrassing.
All of the Jimmies are just like, dude, you know,
They all laugh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you brought this on yourself, and you're being killed by a 12-year-old kid. And also, poor Spike, this is his first murder of, like, a human person.
Yeah.
And then Jimmy Crystal comes down and he says... Doesn't he say, like, what's your name or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm Spike.
He said, no.
No, you're Jimmy.
Jimmy, and then one of the Jimmys tosses him the other guy's blonde wig.
Yeah, so it's Erin Kellyman as Jimmy Inc., who's kind of like, she's the best of the Jimmies.
Yeah.
She
you'd
has
say?
the most morale.
She has the most humanity left in her.
Yeah.
Like, she has probably a weird code of honor, and she is still along for the ride, and I'm sure she's committed some atrocities. But she truly believes in what they're doing.
Yes.
Yeah, in a way that I think the other ones wouldn't. They would just be in it for, the sick thrill.
Killing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Sir Lord Jimmy Crystal himself, who's kind of obviously just in it for the power, and his ego. But she does seem to believe in the cause. Yeah. So she tosses him this wig, and she kind of becomes his mentor in a way.
Yeah, mentor, big sister.
Yeah, and we very quickly learned that the Jimmies are not nice.
No.
Whatever you may have thought at the end of
Yeah.
28 years later, they were not there to save him.
And that does explain their costumes, which are the tracksuits, blonde wigs, gold chain, which is an homage to Jimmy Savile, the child entertainer in the UK.
And Child
Yeah.
Predator.
Yes, and child predator, and this is, I believe, a theme that comes up with the corruption of childhood and memory.
Yeah, it's a really weird choice. Like a
Yeah.
completely strange, who could have predicted it
Yeah.
kind of choice for these characters to use his image, not even knowing, like, the monster that he turned out to be. Yeah, but obviously Alex Garland knows.
Exactly. So it's interesting.
It's odd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, it makes sense with the Teletubbies and everything else.
Power Rangers.
Power Rangers, yeah.
Yeah.
Corruption of childhood.
So we probably then switch over to Kelson
Yeah.
for a bit after that.
We see Kelson again, and he's still slowly building the bone temple.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but Samson, like always, comes by to murder him.
Yeah, he's still in touch with cute little Samson.
Yeah, but that was
Not little at all.
not little, not remotely, but was that before
Ain't nothing little about him.
or after we see Samson's perspective? Because
Yeah,
they stumble
true.
across the man who's resting in the woods.
Right.
He's trying to eat, and then some of the infected see him. And then Samson's chasing after him, and we see for the first time what the infected see, and unfortunately they see themselves
Yeah.
in the people who aren't infected, and they want to destroy it.
Yeah, so the POV shot reveals that they look demonic, you know, they look inhuman
They look like the
and
infected.
aggressive as well.
Yeah.
So he wants to kill it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he does. Samson loves to rip heads off. And
Oh, he
he's
does.
so good at
Rip
it.
their spines out.
He and the Predator would really get along. They'd have something to talk about.
I thought that scene was really interesting too because it's through that like really tall grass and it's almost like he's like a lion, like ready to like it felt very like Planet Earth, like an animal
Yeah.
documentary.
Totally.
Yeah, the way that nature is shot in these films.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's so
I
beautiful.
felt like David Attenborough's voice was gonna come in
Yeah.
Oh, the alpha.
in his natural habitat.
Yes.
And Samson's still traveling around with his family as well. He's still got his brood of infected that follow his lead.
Yeah.
So they're all still hunting together. But he goes off on his own sometimes to go to try to kill Kelson. And Kelson has his own particular way of dispatching him.
But Kelson quickly finds out that the reason that Samson is coming, I think, is because he's addicted to... What is he giving him?
Yeah, it's like morphine and Valium. So
Yeah.
anytime Samson comes around to kill him, Kelson shoots a blow dart into him and blisses Samson out. And then Kelson has this moment when he's able to approach Samson and he's able to pull some of the arrows out of him that Spike shot into him in the last movie. So he's, being a doctor again to a patient.
And he makes that NHS joke.
Yeah.
Oh, that was funny.
No charge for Samson.
Yeah, I'm the NHS.
Yeah. Kelson is hilarious in this movie.
He really is. I think he's the best character
he's
in
great.
the film.
Mm-hmm. And then we can talk about the three in the woods.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ill-fated, kind of family, community. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a man and a woman, Kathy and Tom, and then, I don't know, sort of
Let's call him
unnamed...
Bill.
I think his name's James, honestly. When did you
unnamed
Google
man.
It? Yeah.
James.
It has to be. There's like a Jimmy, there's a James, there's Jamie.
Yeah, so they see an infected person in the woods, and they kind of, signal to just, be quiet
Yeah.
and don't do anything about it and just let the infected person, walk past them. They're kind of hiding. And, of course, what's his name? James? Bill?
James,
I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He, of course, decides to go and try and be the tough guy and kill him, and he doesn't fully kill the infected person, and the infected starts screaming and alerts a bunch of other ones to come, and then there's a bit of a chase scene. And Tom and Kathy, of course, run away without Bill, James, whatever his name is.
Yes.
and leave him.
Yeah, they make
to
it back
die.
to their little cottage.
Mm-hmm.
Emily, do you want to talk about how this cottage kind of tripped you out for a second?
Yeah, so initially I thought that they were going to show us Cillian Murphy at this point because I thought it sort of looked like the cottage at the end of 28 Days Later, but it was not, sadly.
It was a different one. Yeah, so we knew going into this movie that Jim was supposed to show up, at least in the end.
I was waiting for it the whole damn movie.
Because I think they kind of said that about 28 years later as well, and bamboozled people.
Yeah.
So we had trust issues. Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. But when they arrive back at their cabin, they find Sir Lord Jimmy Crystal with all of his Jimmies having taken...
How's that?
Right.
How's
How's
that?
that? Yeah. Having taken over the house, and they're, making nice, at least to begin with.
Quote unquote nice.
Being polite.
Yeah.
Yes, they're very scary. Very reminiscent of
Funny games?
Yes.
funny games,
Mhm.
as well as not a horror movie, but, oh gosh, what's his name? In Inglourious Bastards.
Oh, Hans Landa. Yeah,
Yes,
for sure,
yes.
for sure.
Reminiscent
Yeah.
when it's like the host is like, oh god, when is the bad thing gonna happen?
Mhm.
When, because it's coming.
You're just
gotta happen.
anticipating.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Sir Lord Jimmy Crystal has that politeness, and he's got so much charisma. I gotta say, just to go off on a little side tangent, I found Jimmy so entertaining and oddly likable.
I love to hate him.
Yeah.
That's
I
like
really
his character in Skin's very different, but
Oh,
Cook,
yeah?
you love to hate Cook because you're like, God damn.
Okay, I
Yeah.
gotta check that show out.
He's a good actor.
He's a really good
Yes,
actor.
he's great, and he has that weird charisma that all cult leaders do. Like, that they
So
just have
culty.
to have.
So
Yeah.
culty.
And we learn a lot about his cult in this opening scene, because he's got little Spike there, now dressed like a Jimmy. He's got his
Yeah.
tracksuit, he's in
Looking
his
so
wig.
scared.
Yeah.
The poor kid. And we get introduced to Jemima, I think?
Jemima?
Yeah, Jemima, who he instructs to do, for their entertainment, the Tinky Winky dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a little cheesy, but it's okay.
Uh-huh.
It's alright.
Tinky Winky.
Yeah. Does it kind of like jump the shark a little bit? Maybe. But I've come around on it, I'd
It's
say.
alright.
Yeah, she's in the background doing the dance.
Yeah.
That funny little dance while the tension is mounting. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yes.
then we cut back to Kelson at this point, and he has deduced that Samson is indeed addicted to the morphine that he's been giving him,
Yeah.
and that's why he's been continuously, like, coming back to him. Yeah.
And get him
Also
to just
not-
chill out.
You're not just addicted to it, but it's actually giving him the respite that he's been searching for.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it appears that they have, like, a little bit of a friendship
Yes.
starting.
And some understanding, like, he's able to have just enough clarity through his rage virus.
Yeah. I love this moment that Kelson decides to get blitzed with
Yeah.
Samson.
Yeah.
A big risk.
They're
Big
just
risk.
laying,
Giant
chilling on the
risk.
hill together,
Yeah.
high as hell.
Uh-huh. And then Kelson passes out.
Yeah.
Wakes up with everything still attached.
Yes.
So Samson has woken up, but decided not to decapitate him and put his head in a tree.
Yeah.
So nice.
Oh, he even brought him a little offering. Remember that? That at one point Samson brought him a deer head?
Yeah.
I think it's the
Yeah.
second
Right,
time he
yes.
shows up. Yeah. In his own zombie way, he's like,
Yeah, thanks.
I brought this for you.
Yeah, he's like, I noticed you like skulls, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so
we
cute.
have that in common.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then Kelson and Samson have these cute little montages.
Yeah,
where-
there is a little montage.
Yeah, they'll be blitzed out and they're under the stars and dancing, right?
Yeah, and then Kelson
Adorable.
at one point says, like, it would mean the world to me if you just said one word.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so meanwhile, back at the cottage.
Things have boiled over.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The little family that's living in it is not listening to the Jimmies. And Sir Jimmy Crystal does not take well to that.
Nope. Because one of them tries to get the better of them by pouring a bunch of boiling water on the table, but all it does is kind of make Jimmy mad, and he says he's now going to offer them charity.
Yeah, and you
Yes.
don't want charity.
No, not
No.
from Sir Lord Jimmy Crystal. Not
You
at all.
really don't.
No.
So he takes them all out to the barn that they have and decides to skin them alive.
Yes.
As he says, take their shirts off.
Yes, and we have to remember that the pregnant woman has managed to escape.
Yeah,
Catches-
during the scuffle
Yes.
when the one has poured all the boiling water on the table, she's managed to run away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's in the rafters in the barn, but they don't know this.
No, don't know that yet. So Jimmy has the remaining, I think, 4 people all strung up, and they begin to skin them.
And Charity is basically like a sacrifice to Old Nick,
Yeah.
as he keeps referring to, which is Satan, if you
Yeah,
didn't know.
we learn that Jimmy thinks he is the son of Satan, and he's convinced the rest of Jimmy's of this too.
Well, I don't know if he totally believes that himself, but he's almost like made himself believe it, like a cult leader does.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, I think
It's
he
like,
does have the psychosis, yeah.
yeah, for sure. There's layers to his like belief, I'd say, in his own legend, which we get back to
With Kelson.
later. Yeah, with Kelson. Sometimes he's full of shit and knows it, and then sometimes I think he is believing in himself entirely. Yeah. This is a horrifying scene.
It really is.
Yeah, this is
For
really
the
tough to
28
watch.
series, I think that this is the most disturbing scene that I've seen so far.
Because it's also just people who aren't infected. It's just them with their as much mind that is left from living abandoned.
Yeah, it reminds me of what Major West says back in the first movie. It's just people killing people.
Yeah.
He mentions that even before the infection, it's just people killing people, and this is
Yeah.
what we see again for most of this movie, honestly.
Yeah, it's true. You hardly see the
And you
infected
see it in
stuff.
a lot of apocalypse type films and series, like The Walking Dead, for
Yeah,
example.
yeah.
There's a lot of groups that are just out there to be violent and kill
Totally.
other people.
Yeah, and poor Spike
Poor
as well.
Spike. Jimmy Inc. takes Spike outside because Spike doesn't like it. He
No,
doesn't
he's getting
want to
sick.
Yeah, and I don't know if Jimmy Inc. as well is okay with what's going on in the barn or not. Like, what do you guys think? Do you
She
think?
seems used to it.
Yeah, she's like, this is just what we do.
Yeah.
And she had returned because she was set off to go look for something. Before that, she wasn't partaking in charity.
I think Kathy, wasn't it?
Was she out looking for Kathy? Because she comes across...
Yeah,
Kelson in
she's
the
definitely
woods.
run off to look for the pregnant woman.
Yeah.
And that's when she spies through her binoculars Kelson dancing with Samson.
Yeah. And on her walk to there, the guy who was a part of our walking group, James Billy, if you will, is actually seen running back towards the house, which I think is really important for everything Kelson does later on, because he's running in the direction to where he was living the whole time.
Oh, sure.
Interesting.
He's infected now.
He was infected, but he
he's
was
coming
going back
after them.
home.
Yeah, like muscle memory. Yeah, exactly.
So that's an important
That's
thing
a
to
good
remember.
point. I like that. But Jimmy Inc., she just slits his throat.
Yeah, and
real
carries
easy.
on. She's just like...
Yeah. Oh, she's great. Like, she's
Yeah.
a fantastic fighter. Yeah. I also just wanted to highlight this actress a little bit. So her name is Erin Kellyman. And I don't know if you guys have seen either Solo, A Star Wars Story, or...
I have, yeah.
Yeah, or The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So she worked with Disney on a couple of Disney projects
And
that...
Willow that got buried.
Oh, that's 3 then. That's
Yeah.
too bad. So she's worked with Disney a lot.
Willow?
Like the Disney Plus show that is like
Oh.
reviving the movie.
Yeah.
And I thought that she was great, but she just had the unfortunate, position of being in projects that people didn't seem to like very much.
Or able to ever watch, like Willow.
Like
that
Willow,
got buried.
yeah, which is
Yeah.
gone. So I think that she's great, and I was just really happy to see her in something where she's doing serious acting in a franchise that people are liking, and she's not just going to be
I think
associated.
she's phenomenal.
She's so good.
Her, physical ability and just her acting in general is...
Yeah, so I was
really
really happy
believable.
to see her pop up again.
I want to see her in more horror.
Me
Yeah.
too.
So she's made her way back to the farm, and she's,
Consoling Spike.
consoling Spike while inside some horrible stuff is happening.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then,
They leave one of them alive.
yes, Tom.
Yeah. He hasn't even been skinned. I don't know
Yeah.
why they chose not to skin him. Maybe because they knew they were going to offer him the chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think Jimmy Crystal saw something in him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he likes giving people the chance to be in his gang.
Yeah.
Whether you see that as nice or not.
Yeah, right? It's all his
I don't know.
interpretation.
So
Yeah.
he tells him that he needs to fight one of the Jimmies,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
or else he's just gonna kill him. And so Tom decides to fight Jemima
Jemima!
because he sees her, he sees her as just like a little woman that
Yeah.
he's gonna be able to beat. But
Big mistake, buddy.
I
He's
knew
wrong.
that was going to be the wrong choice, obviously, because
Mm-hmm.
we've already killed one with the Jimmies, and also Jemima, just the energy about her was unhinged.
Insane.
I'm scared.
She's Miss Tinky
Harley
Winky.
Quinn
Yeah.
energy.
Oh yeah,
like-
for sure.
Yeah,
That actress could make a good Harley Quinn.
that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Emma Laird.
Emma
Yeah,
Laird.
Emma
It was
Laird.
Emma Laird, yeah.
This fight does not go well for Tom.
No.
Oh gosh,
No.
foolish choice.
This goes real bad. Like, he gets, oh goodness, the bit when she slices his wrist,
Yeah.
that's really tough
No, that was
to watch.
really awful.
Yeah.
It's just so deep.
Mm-hmm.
And
And slow
cruel.
as well. Yeah. And then she's going to take it even further. She's going to do some more crimes against humanity.
She goes on a gross
Through this guy.
monologue
Yeah.
about everything, and then justice.
Mm-hmm.
Kathy is hidden up in like the attic of the barn where the Jimmies can't see her. And she gets this giant hook of
Oh, yeah.
sorts and swings it down, and it goes right through Jemima's head.
Yep.
And
And
it's great.
I love when her neurons are misfiring and she's
Yeah.
just like talking garbled nonsense
Yes.
while she's on top of him. It's like the best comeuppance as
Yes.
well.
And then the Jimmies have never been in this situation when
Mhm.
other people finally got the upper hand.
No, Jimmy Crystal looks gobsmacked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Couldn't
the
believe it.
hell? So then some of them are trying to chase her, but then Tom manages to get, as all this chaos is happening, a canister of propane. I believe.
Something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of those like red canisters that if you shot it in a video game, it'd explode.
Exactly. And then he
Pretty
just
much.
starts setting Jimmy's on fire.
Yeah. Yeah, just sends it spinning around, lighting the barn on fire, and a few of the Jimmies don't make it out.
Thank
Yeah.
goodness.
Yes.
Yeah, it kills Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
And it burns a bunch of them, and Tom unfortunately dies.
Yeah.
Yes. But he wasn't coming back, not after that wrist cut.
No,
So
he was
it was kind of like a sacrifice play.
Yeah.
But he is able to, I guess, buy time for Kathy to escape.
Yeah.
And as she's running out, Jimmy Crystal sets Spike on her, tells him to go kill her.
And then Spike goes, obviously he's not going to shoot her, it's Spike. And then he asks, can I come with you? And then she throws something at him, and then
Well,
she's
she kind of goes like, "Oh
Yeah.
yeah,"
Yeah.
and she gets really close to him, and then just pushes
Shoves
him
him.
over.
Yep.
yeah.
And
then,
honestly, fair.
fair, because
you
she
know.
doesn't
Yeah.
know what he's
Yeah,
actually about.
she doesn't know that this is his first,
Yeah.
torture of a family.
Exactly.
And I thought that was a completely reasonable choice.
And realistic.
Yes, I thought that they were going to go with, okay, she's going to take him.
Yeah.
Because I thought that they were setting her up to be like a new lead in the series.
Mm-hmm.
But we actually don't see her after this.
Nope.
No, I'm sure she'll pop back up
Yeah.
in the third one because they didn't kill her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And then Spike has to return to the Jimmies.
Ugh,
It's
I
so
hated
frustrating,
so
that.
right?
dreadful.
Hated
You
that.
know something bad's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, right, because this is what leads to these plot lines colliding, is that Sir Lord Jimmy says, well, old Nick would want you dead for
Yeah.
failing me. But then...
Jimmy Inc.
Yeah, Jimmy Inc.
says we should consult with
Yes.
Satan,
Yes.
and
'cause she's
I
seen
mean,
him.
Sir Jimmy Crystal kind of has to be like, yeah, because that's what he's told them, and that's
Yeah.
what he's made them all believe. So
Yeah, Jimmy Inc. believes she's seen Satan now.
Yes.
Because she's seen Kelson dancing with a demon.
Yeah.
And he has red skin.
In a temple.
Temple of Bones,
In the
right?
Temple of Bones.
So, yeah, I
Seems
think
like
your
Satan.
mind
Yeah.
would go to Satan, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you're a Satanist. And I do love this moment when Sir Lord Jimmy Crystal is just like, you've seen old Nick?
Yes.
Like,
when did you see Satan?
yeah, what's going on here? And there's like him scrambling to get his authority back.
Get his story straight.
He's been thrown this massive curveball, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now they're gonna go to see Kelson.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then Jimmy Inc. and Spike have this great conversation when Jimmy Ink is like, do you ever feel like he's full of shit? Like he's not actually the son of Saint Nick.
Yeah, and then you kind of get a bit of how Jimmy Ink really feels.
Yeah.
And she does believe in Satan.
Yes, she does.
But she doesn't believe in Sir Jimmy Crystal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And around this time as well, so Kelson and Samson's relationship has progressed, where Kelson believes that he can cure Samson because Samson has actually spoken at this point.
Yeah, he's about to kill him because he's
Yes.
out of the morphine, so he thinks it's,
It's
the
time.
only choice.
Yeah.
And right before he goes to euthanize him, Samson looks up at the moon and says, "Moon."
I got shivers.
It was
Yeah.
so
That happened.
cute. It was such a nice moment.
Beautiful
Yes, because
moment.
that's when he did say the line, like, if you could just say anything to consent, that would mean a lot.
Yeah.
And then he actually does. He's like, never mind then.
Yes. So now Kelson believes that he can cure Samson.
Yeah.
And I really love this motivation for
Yes.
Kelson. I mean, it comes back to his Hippocratic oath as well, that he believes he can cure him. Now, he also has a friend for the first time in, 15 years that he's been building this bone temple. So I just found that so compelling.
Well, it's like not only cure Samson, but cure the rage virus as a whole.
Exactly. And it's so beautiful. And then, the next morning, we see Samson on a walk. He's wearing a loincloth for the first time. And, so it's like, okay, something's coming back because this homie's just out here.
Picking berries.
Yeah, generally naked, running, and now he's walking.
Right?
Because
But the
Jimmies.
the Jimmies have to meet up with Kelson.
And there's one thing I would love to acknowledge. These people really don't know how the world works because the way they use binoculars is like a telescope.
Yeah.
And it cracks me up. I'm like, guys, just hold up to the two eyes.
Yeah.
They
It's
all
so
use them
funny.
vertically
But
instead
it
of
shows
horizontally.
how they really truly don't know anything. And
It's odd.
But it's weird because it's like they existed before the virus, no?
but they're really little, so your memory might
I
not be
guess
as
so.
developed.
But I guess it was 28 years ago.
Yeah, 28 years
They
ago.
look pretty young, I guess.
Yeah, they would have been like some of them. If Jimmy's the oldest and he was like 7.
Some of them might have been babies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Exactly. They post up just kind of outside the bone temple. And I do love this moment. The first time that Sir Lord Jimmy Crystal sees the bone temple, he's like, huh.
Yeah.
He's just like
I guess he's like,
surprised.
Yeah.
is that Satan? Is that my dad? I don't know. Yeah.
Papa, is that you?
Right?
And Jimmy Ink notices that.
And then he does this amazing bald-faced lie where he's like, oh, I know about these bone temples. There's like 3 or 4 that I've come across.
Yeah, some in the Highlands and everything.
But he's like, this one must be a new one. And then Jimmy Ink, I think, is like, doesn't look that new. I mean, it looks like 15 years old.
She's sus.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, new architecturally speaking.
Yeah, like past 5 years. I'm like, this is ridiculous.
I love it. But he forbids any of them to go speak to Old Nick. He's got to do it
Yeah.
himself first.
Yeah.
Which I was so anxious.
I was
watching that.
excited for this scene, though.
Yeah.
And it did not disappoint.
It was great.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite bits in the movie. The first conversation between Sir Lord Jimmy Crystal and Dr. Kelson.
Yeah, because you have religion versus science.
And just
their
the
conversation.
difference in their two characters,
Totally.
like the dynamic of it was very interesting to watch on screen.
Yeah, and then also, so Jimmy's coming at Kelson at first with a lot of nervousness.
Yeah.
So he's like, are
Is
you
this
Satan?
Yeah, this is actually Satan.
And he's actually, for the first time, nervous. And then when he learns that Kelson isn't Satan, because Kelson's just like, no.
What's up?
I'm not Satan.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Then he switches gears. He goes right back into power mode, you know? Of like, oh, I thought you were Satan. I guess you're not. Well, I'm just going to talk at you
Yeah.
about
Well, he's
my
kind of
life.
like, why is your skin orange?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like questions him a little bit.
Exactly. And I like Kelson. He kind of switches almost into like a psychiatrist mode.
Yes, totally.
I found for this scene, just
Yeah.
like letting Jimmy talk to him and share whatever
Which
he
is
needs
so
to share.
smart because it's like he learns so much about him.
Yes,
in
and
that
also
moment.
learning through him learns how he can cure potentially the rage virus.
And it's something that Jimmy Crystal doesn't do. Listen. And
Oh,
just
never.
let other people talk.
But I think that it's like this listening that makes Jimmy Crystal say that Kelson is the only person he's ever liked.
Yeah.
You know,
Which
he
is
says, "I like
fun.
talking to you. I think you're the only person I've ever liked."
Funny
Yes.
moment.
And then
Yes.
when it's like just the true fact that he believes his dad's Satan made Kelson realize that one of the missing components in his concoction for Samson is you have to treat the psychoses that they're probably
Yeah.
under the whole
Oh,
time.
sure, yeah.
Because they truly believe it's like the way that Jimmy really believes his dad is Satan.
Mm-hmm.
And all of that is like, oh my gosh, so what if these people are seeing something else?
The rage victim.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he does make the connection there.
Yeah.
But then, of course, Jimmy, murderous guy that he is like, you, is he saying that, like, he has to pretend to be Satan
He
at
was
this point?
basically
Yes.
like, you need to convince my gang up there that you really are Satan. If you don't, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, I'm going to feed you your intestines.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
Nasty man.
Kelson is like, wait, this actually sounds kind of fun. Because he really gets into it.
Oh, he does.
I
yeah.
think it's one of the best scenes in the entire movie.
Oh,
It's amazing.
get there.
Balls to the wall. But, like, again, what I was saying with the conflict is that now Kelson realizes, oh, dang, I'm on a time limit. Like, even more than running out of morphine.
Yeah.
He's like, these people, he says that Jimmy's going to come back the next night. So he needs to accelerate what he's been doing with Samson.
Yeah.
And for, like, the first time, he's worried about dying
Yeah.
for the benefit of another person. Like, if he disappears, Samson won't be cured. And he cares about him. I thought that was so
friend.
compelling.
That was so beautiful.
Yeah.
That he gives him a lot of medication. And yes, then this is when Samson's walking around in a loincloth.
Yeah, he
picking
gives him
berries.
antipsychotics.
Yes.
Yes.
Antipsychotics. He's washing his hands, like he's cleaning himself again. And the red in his eyes are lessening.
Exactly, yeah. He
Yeah.
just has his beautiful brown eyes again.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he decides to go back to the train.
Oh, that
Yeah.
was cool. Because yes, he starts hearing sounds of train and birds
Yeah,
and talking.
cars and like
Yeah.
what life used to be
Memories.
like.
Yeah.
for
And then he's
Samson.
on the train.
Yeah. So, do you guys want to talk about this moment with
Yes.
Samson on the train?
I would love to
Yeah.
talk about that.
Mhm.
Because,
It
yeah,
was
he's-
kind of emotional.
it was super
Oh, yeah.
emotional.
It was amazing. Yeah, so Samson goes and he sits down on a train and he has this little flashback.
Yeah, and he's on the train and then looks out the window and then it looks as if the train trolley is moving because we're back in the past now.
in like normal human
Normal
life.
2002 life.
Yeah,
And
we see him as a kid and
Yeah.
he's reading a book on the moon.
on the moon.
Yeah.
And then there's a woman, the guichetière, the ticket
train
woman.
attendant.
Yeah, going around the train attendant and is asking like tickets please, and checking, and then asks him
Great jump
ticket
scare.
please, and then
Yes.
he's a full grown man, and then she looks like one of the rage zombies. Everybody else is standing up looking like a normal person, and then in real life, Samson, as the Samson we know him now as an adult, goes, I don't have a ticket. And then all
Yeah.
the infected are looking at him, and then they all attack him because they're like, oh, you're
You're
not
a
one of
human
us
now,
anymore.
hey?
Right?
Yeah.
So his boys turn on him.
His
Yeah.
boys turn on
Even
him.
that's kind of emotional.
not
Yes.
for the
He's not part of his boys anymore.
No.
And then, of course, we get to see Samson have an amazing fight.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Because he's an alpha for a reason.
Yeah.
You know?
like I was nervous
Me
for
too.
him, but I
Yeah.
knew he wasn't gonna die. I was like, come on.
He's like chucking them out the windows.
Yeah.
I think he's probably ripping their heads off.
Oh, he's doing the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible.
But yeah,
It does try and tease you for a moment that maybe they got to him because
because
it just kind of
bites
cuts.
some flesh out, but
True,
then
true.
he is already infected. So,
Yeah.
but I just thought that was so cool to see Samson fully be like, string a sentence together.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a ticket.
I'm
It's such
excited
a lovely voice, too.
for his
So-
character in
Yes.
the third one now.
Me too. And then we're back in the world's greatest scene. Like the movie just turned so metal
Oh.
from Samson ripping off all those other zombies' heads to what we're about to talk about.
Yeah, maybe like it's metal to even rival Mandy, which I consider to be one of the most metal
For
movies
sure.
of
Yeah.
all time. Because Dr. Kelson knows that he has to impersonate the devil now for the Jimmies. So he revs up some Def Leppard.
No,
No?
Iron Maiden,
Iron Maiden.
the number of the beast.
Which
Okay.
is perfect.
Yeah.
I was cracking up, giddy in my seat.
It's funny because like when that type of music came out, like a lot of Christians especially thought that was the music of the devil.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
So he picks well. Yeah.
He does.
The music of the devil.
And he's like painted himself white.
Yes.
He's wearing like this like leather like kind of sleigh like
So
overcoat
cool. The
thing.
buckles
like,
down the front
his like
too.
fire protection suit. He's just not wearing the shirt with it or
Right,
something.
true.
And when he first calls out, I'm not gonna lie, my first thought was, oh my god, Voldemort's returned.
Yeah.
A little bit because he's bald.
It's all
He's
pale and
bald
bald.
and pale and just like kind of slithering and slinking on
He's
the
like
ground.
cosplaying kind of.
Yes, and I think you and I whispered to each other at the same time, Emily, lip sync for your life.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's the deal, is that the Jimmies are there. They're not allowed to talk to him. They're not allowed to get too close. They just have to watch him
Be
do this
Satan.
performance,
Yeah.
as Satan, which involves, spinning around the bone temple.
And he set a bunch of
disappearing candles.
candles
He's
everywhere.
a big
Fire ring.
like fire thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's shaking out like hot coals and
Yes.
sparks and things and doing like a fire dance.
And then
Yeah.
he breathes a bunch of like
dust or
I don't know if
some
it was
sort of
scopolamine
drugs.
or what it was, but it was to make
oh right,
them
because
under
it
the
does
influence.
like kind of
like
trip out their vision.
hallucinogenics, or
Yeah.
is it cocaine?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because he's cutting up a bunch of white powder before they come.
That's true.
Because he has like all the medications.
Is
It
it
could even just be
ketamine?
morphine. It could be who
Yeah.
knows what it
I
is.
feel like it's ketamine.
Okay, it's
Yeah.
also worth noting that Spike is there wearing a mask.
Yes,
So the
everyone's
Jimmies
wearing
have
masks.
masks. The masks, like, also, they reminded me, if you guys have seen Brightburn,
Yes.
it almost seemed like an intentional reference.
I could see
100%.
It's
Yeah.
the teeth that are made out of shoelaces.
Yes.
So Spike's mask is a lot like that. So Spike, of course, is this whole movie being like, this is Dr. Kelson. I know this guy.
Yeah.
I know him.
Right? And
Yeah.
he knows the Bone Temple. So he's kind of like stewing, like, what are they going to do to my friend Kelson?
Yeah.
And the rest of
Whole
them were
time.
all hopped up on drugs, loving the performance,
Yes.
Loving it. Exactly.
eating it up.
Yeah.
Truly.
And then Kelson, or Jimmy has arranged with Kelson that he's going to address only Jimmy and give him some commandments as his dad.
And he said, yeah, go forth on your mission, blah, blah, blah. And then once Jimmy starts to explain what his mission is, you can see the horror in Kelson's face, but
Yeah.
knowing he has to agree
Yeah.
in order to survive, because it's like, do charity, explaining what charity was. You can see Kelson being like, yes, go forth, until he recognizes...
Doesn't he quite explicitly explain like skinning people
Yes,
Yes.
he does.
alive?
Yeah, what I
Yeah.
love in that moment is that Kelson knows that Jimmy is unstable, but I don't think he knows the extent.
Exactly.
He doesn't know like what he's done, and it almost feels like Jimmy, the sadistic fuck that he is pushing Kelson.
Yes.
At this point, like
He's seeing how far he can.
Yeah.
a guy who he knows is a doctor. He's like,
Yeah.
endorse us going out and harming people.
Yeah.
It's messed up.
Yeah, exactly. But then when he kind of recognizes Spike under the mask, then he's like, however, one more thing, because Kelson's a smart guy. He remembers every story. He's like, much like God.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ, exactly. And God and the Father, we must do the reverse. So I need a crucifixion to occur. You are my son.
My only son.
Pop, 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 up on the inverted cross.
Yeah,
you go.
and Jimmy's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
How dare you? No,
Yep.
no, no.
Yes.
And Jimmy Inc. is like, I'm down.
Yeah,
let's do
let's
it.
do
it.
Let's get
do
this
it.
going. Yeah.
You're
Exactly.
right,
And what I
Satan.
really like about this part too is I thought he was just going to request to keep Spike with him.
That's what I thought was
But that was
going on
cool
too.
that
Yeah.
they said he's like, no, I need to end this man's reign and
Totally.
everything. And then Jimmy doesn't like that, so he stabs Kelson right here.
Trying to prove that he's not actually old Nick. He's like, if
Exactly.
this was Satan, could I do this?
Exactly.
Stabs him in the side.
Once he stabs him, all the other Jimmys are like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
This isn't Satan.
Yeah. So then
Jimmy Ink's still down though. She's like, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And then the other Jimmys are going to turn on her, and
Yeah.
she's like, actually like, don't make me do this because
Yeah.
you know I will.
yeah.
When they attack her, she slits their throats real
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah. And then
She's definitely the most agile Jimmy.
oh yeah,
Yes.
she's the most agile.
Like, I
Jimmy.
think she could even kill Jimmy Crystal if she
Probably.
wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Probably. And then I do love it because she does string him up, does crucify him.
Well, first Spike stabs him in the side, and it's worth mentioning
Oh, yeah.
because Christ was famously pierced in the side.
Exactly,
Yes.
and that's
Yeah.
also where Kelson was stabbed too.
Totally. So Spike gets a little, revenge
Mm-hmm.
on Jimmy, which was very satisfying. And then, like you were saying, Jimmy's now strung up.
Yep, and then, what's her name? Kelly. her name ends up being Kelly, right?
Oh, yeah,
Jimmy
So
Ink.
Jimmy
Kelly.
Ink reveals herself to be named Kelly.
Yeah, because at one point when they're up in the trees looking down at Kelson, Jimmy Ink carves a K into the tree.
You're right.
So I was waiting for her to say her name, and it was going to be starting with a K.
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
you're totally
I
right.
forgot about that moment.
And then, they share their real names. They de-wigify, and they walk out. And then, beautifully so, Samson comes back. And Jimmy is hallucinating upside down. But he's saying he can no longer hear his father's voice. Why can't he hear his father's voice? And then he sees Samson, who is all red from the blood, but he pictures him with giant horns.
I love this Satan design.
Yes.
So he
It was
sees
really
him as
cool.
It
Satan.
was so good.
He's got the giant horns, and on his shoulders are like screaming faces.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that. I want to watch it again just to see
It's
that.
so cool. And then he comes and gets Kelson, who says, Memento Mori, looks up, his spirit leaves the bone temple.
It's a nice moment.
It is.
I think it's very intentional that Kelson's head is resting with the skulls.
Yes.
Like he's part of his own bone temple there.
Yes. And then Samson walks out with him, and then Jimmy Crystal's upside down. It's like, Father, why have you forsaken
Little
me?
callback.
Yeah, call back
And
to
then
the
maybe
first
like the
one.
most effective jump scare in
Yeah.
this movie to me is we had like a POV upside down shot of him just looking around, and then a rage infected zombie just comes and gets him.
And it's so quick.
Yeah, cut off
It's
from there.
so
And it's interesting because the first mention of Jimmy is we see a rage-infected person upside down.
You're right.
So
Exactly.
the parallel.
Oh, so many
Yeah.
parallels.
This was one of my favorite villain deaths. Like,
Oh, yeah.
And you needed to see this guy die. Like, I mentioned to you guys after that, like, I was worried that he was going to be the villain of the third 28 years later, and we weren't going to get him to see him die this movie. But I'm really happy that we did.
Oh,
we needed
me
to.
too. He needed to go.
I really liked him in this movie. I thought he was super entertaining, did a great job at being a villain, but I would have been annoyed to see
I
him
would
in
have been
another
enraged.
one.
Yes, he might have overstayed his welcome because there is that goofiness to him as
Exactly.
well. Also, he wasn't just crucified through the palms. She had crucified him through the
Yes.
wrists, driven nails through his wrists, which was just so gnarly.
Yeah, he deserved it.
He did.
He did.
I wish we saw it on screen. Like with the nature shots, we hear the hammering as we're looking at, some beautiful landscapes. But I kind of wanted to see that on screen, honestly.
But then what do we see on screen?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. I looked over at you and you were like grabbing me like so excited.
As soon as we see the cabin.
You know what's coming. Our
Yeah.
boy, Cillian Murphy, is in the last, 5 minutes?
5
Somewhere
minutes.
around there. And it's the exact same cottage from the end of 28 Days.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
Yeah,
still
when I
living
saw
there.
it, I was like, that's it. There's
Yeah.
no mistaking it. I know he's
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah. So I like the way that he's introduced as well. It's pretty understated. I think he just walks into the room. You hear his voice first, and he's with his young daughter.
Yeah, and I guess it's his and Selena's daughter.
Yeah.
And it kind of shows that Selena's not around anymore. She died. Because it shows her grave.
We
Yeah,
see two
right?
little stones, one with an S and one with an H. So I think those are like memorial stones.
For Hannah
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Selena.
Hannah and Selena.
Which makes me sad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
but
I
they're-
love Naomi Harris, and I would have wanted to see her again.
And considering she survived everything else, damn.
Yeah.
But I'm like you were saying earlier on, sometimes disease it'll
Exactly.
just get
Disease
you,
just happens.
you know?
Yeah. And they don't have any cure for any type of infection you could get, so.
Totally. Yeah.
I mean, with Dr. Kelson around. Oh, well.
Not
No,
anymore.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, what I love is his daughter is getting prepped for an exam that he is invigilating. He's the only person she hangs out with.
Yes.
And it's like, well, he's like, I have a good feeling that will be on the exam.
Yeah, he's
And then
being
she's
coy.
like, Dad, you wrote these down.
Yeah. And
No.
then, yeah, he and the daughter are studying. And then her ears start to prick up. She's like, Dad, do you hear that? And then they grab their stuff. They see Spike
and Kelly.
running, and then they're hopping over the beautiful little stone fence, and we can see the infected. And she asks, are we going to help them? And he says, of course we are.
Of course we are. which is such a nice, hopeful note to end
It's
this
a very hopeful
movie on. It really is. It's beautiful. It's hopeful. It's optimistic for humanity.
Yeah.
It made me excited for the next one.
Me too.
Which, I gotta say, might not happen.
I think it will
What
happen.
do you mean?
It might not happen because the movie is not doing well. It's only been 7 months since 28 Years Later came out. So a 7-month turnaround, I think, is maybe what's accounting for this movie's abysmal box office.
Yeah.
It's not doing well. Its budget was $63 million, and as of January 23rd, it's made $30 million.
Which is interesting
everywhere.
because it has 7.8 on IMDb.
Yeah.
It is the best rated of the entire series.
Yes.
Even better than 28 Days.
Like, even the audiences are loving this. Like, its audience reviews are high, and its critical reviews are high. It's just not getting butts in seats.
I think what happened was people weren't super impressed with the first 28 Years Later. And so, as sequels go, normally they're not as good. So people are just assuming that this one isn't very good, I think, and they're not going to see it.
Yeah, it was divisive for sure. And when you're releasing a movie just 7 months after the last one, it kind of has to win over everyone to get everyone to come back, and it unfortunately didn't. But honestly, just like, call to action, go see this movie.
It's
Seriously,
really good.
go see it, because like, we want to see the third movie in this series as
I
well.
really do. I think it will
It'll still
100%
happen.
happen.
I really want it to, but I'm very worried.
Come on, guys, go see the Bone
Go
Temple.
see the
Go
movie.
see it.
It's so good. We
That's what
need
I'm
the
saying.
third one.
You gotta go see it, but I don't know if Sony is gonna fork over the money, because they haven't shot anything. They haven't gone into production. Danny Boyle says, or Alex Garland says, that he's writing the script. So we just gotta hope that it's gonna come out and that they'll
I think
do
it will. I'm manifesting it.
It's gonna come out.
Let's manifest it then. Let's be positive.
2028. 2028.
Right?
Whoa. It's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's happening 2028.
Okay, guys, what are your 2 stars and 1 miss for the movie?
For me, the fact that it is actually a very hopeful movie. Because I would say when you're just dealing with infection and no cure, that's not hopeful. However, this movie is hopeful because there is a cure or possibility for a cure. Spike and Kelly are freed from the gripes of the Jimmies. The pregnant woman does run away. She survives. And then we see Cillian Murphy, aka the original Jim. There's 20 Jims.
There's so many Jims
28
now.
Jims.
28 Jims!
Alex Garland loves Jim.
Right? And then his daughter, and then they help people. So it shows like a restoration in humanity.
Totally.
Yeah. And so that's one of my stars, is the hopefulness of it. Another star of mine, we did not talk about it, the Bloody Needle Drops.
Oh my
yeah, great
God.
Some
soundtrack.
Radiohead in there.
Mwah.
Oh, chef's
He's
kiss.
got a good taste in 80s music as well.
Yes.
Well, we should also just say Kelson has a record player
In his little
oh,
bunker.
yeah.
in his bunker. Yeah.
And then also just the sound design and the score itself. Like when you're in the perspective of Samson running, the way that was all shot from his point of view, I'm like, I too would be angry if what I was seeing was chaotic like this all the time. And just, it was like really heavy electric guitar. And then the rest of the score is kind of very primal, like twigs and stuff snapping. It's very good. So I love the sound design. One miss for me, I would have loved just more of the theatricalness in the Bone Temple. Like, I could have just watched an entire movie solely of Samson and Kelson. You know what I mean? And I wanted more of that, as well as just more of the theatrics in the end. I'm like, where can I watch the extended cut of Ralph Fiennes
Dancing with
doing this
Samson.
dance?
Yeah, it's interesting because sometimes we get spin-offs when people really like certain characters in series. So could there be like a Samson spin-off, like a backstory?
That's true. I think I would just watch like an entire sitcom of Kelson
Yeah.
and Samson.
I like their dynamic.
Yeah.
As far as gripes go, I think that that's a positive one, because you're saying, I wanted something more of something that I liked in a movie. And usually that's just a good thing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Not
don't think
enough
there was
people
too many
seeing it.
misses.
No.
Yeah. My 2 stars would be the characters. I love them, and I love the motivation. And I love the pacing as well, and just the scale. I like that it told a smaller and more succinct story.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that my drawback would be Spike's characterization in this movie. Because at the end of the last movie, I felt like he was coming into his own. He was out there and he was being independent and a zombie killer. You know, like we see him hunting, we see him cooking, like, and killing zombies at the end of 28 years later. And then for the majority of this movie, like, circumstance aside, he is on the back foot and he is looking for a way out and he is at a massive disadvantage. So I kind of felt like there's a bit of arrested development in Spike's character just in this movie because he fell into the framework of this cult. You know, it wasn't a fully, like, it wasn't a great, you know, pick up from where we left off with him, I'd say.
That's true, but I feel like Jimmy Crystal was such a force to be reckoned with that Spike honestly couldn't do too much.
No, absolutely. Like, he gets his stab in the end. But I was just like, it's affecting because we wanted to see Spike happy after the end of the last movie. But to be like, oh, okay, he's kind of stuck at this point. I was frustrated.
Yeah,
you know?
That's fair.
And it almost felt like character assassination when he's, you know, standing by and, you know, the family is being skinned around him. And I felt like if he was more of the main character in this movie, like I felt he was in the last one, it would have been him that stops the Jimmies and him that, you know, drives the action in that sense. But this is just the direction the movie went. It's just, it didn't, for me, follow up where I was expecting his character to go based off at the end of the last one.
Well, I have 3 stars for this movie because I
Very
loved
good.
it so much.
28 stars.
28 stars, in fact. No, my first star is, I have to agree with you, Devin, the frickin' soundtrack was so good. Specifically, Everything in Its Right Place by Radiohead starts playing, and it's a very, like, cinematic shot of, like, Samson in the tall grass, and I'm like, so good.
Such a good song.
My second one is, it just gives us the most sick, badass, satanic metal scene that I've ever seen in a movie. I was so happy and just smiling from ear to ear during that freaking scene. It brought me so much joy and I can't wait to watch it again.
Yeah.
And then my third, of course, is it gave me Cillian Murphy at the end like I wanted. I would have been so upset if it didn't. But yeah, I think it was the perfect setup for him now, I guess, being the main character in the third one is what they kind of... They said that... Yeah. They said that might be the case for the third one. And then my only miss is freaking Jemima's Teletubby dance. That was the only thing that kind of made me go like... in the movie. Besides that, it was like... 10 out of 10.
Yeah, it's a 10 out of 10 for me.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Because, again, keep in mind, I've been avoiding watching 28 Whatevers Later for so long. And then when I realized it's far more beautiful than I thought, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And then, everything about this was so elevated. Watch it in theaters, surround sound. It's the way
really
to
go
do
see
it.
It's worth it. Like, I know that people are very concerned about, is a movie going to be worth the cost and the effort of going to see it? Yeah, you will get a great experience if you go to see it in theaters.
This one, definitely go see it. You're not going to be disappointed.
Not at all.
And if you are, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
You probably love The Notebook or something.
Yes, spooky, ooky movies with amazing soundtracks are not for you.
And that's 28 years later, The Bone Temple.
Yay!
All right.
You should probably wrap it up then.
Yeah.
Well, that concludes this week's episode.
I've been Emily.
I've been Devin.
I think I'm still Tom.
You're still Tom.
Okay, I'm back to being Tom, actually. Guys, where can people find us on the socials?
Oh, yes. You can.
I am Emily.English_ on Instagram.
I am Devin Ellis-Durity on both Instagram and YouTube.
Right. And I'm Thomas N. Jackson 2002 on Instagram. And I'm Thomas N. Jackson on Letterboxd. Also, we have Whispers in the Woods Pod. That's our Instagram. And if you want to send us a email for whatever reason, you can find us at whispersinthewoodcast@gmail.com.
And this will
whispersinthewoodscast@gmail.com. Yeah, so send us, like episode ideas if you want, or comments and critiques, right?
Yeah, we're open.
We're open.
We're very open.
Give us a critique.
We can take it.
We'll
can.
be We're artists.
We're a bunch of emotional, sensitive artists.
We won't cry, we promise.
I might cry. I might cry a little.
So if you want to make Emily cry, then it's whispersinthewoodscast@gmail.com. Yeah, special thanks to Moira Christy for the theme. And that'll do it.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.